Hi dearest, welcome back to my channel. Remember we molded the fascinator base for this fascinator, very pretty. So today we're going to be concluding with the fascinator base that we molded. But before we get into that, I'd like to say a big thank you to all our subscribers, and for those just joining us, you are most welcome to the Dvent Craft channel. We hope to say thank you in our next video because we are sure you would click that subscribe button. And everyone, please do ensure you like, comment and share this video. So here is our mold and it's fully dried. So the next thing you want to do is take off your thumb tags. Now it's best to always make sure you have where you're placing them because you don't want them dropping on the floor. If they drop on the floor, they have entered my leg before. It's not funny. It's quite a pain. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm taking them all off like so. So once you're done with that, the next thing, you take your hand and you open it up like you can see me opening it up as far as you can. Then you take your scissors and you begin to cut all the way round like so. Keep watching and learning. Once you've cut out to the minimum that you have a little space that is that you can flap and close together, the next thing you need to do is get out your hat wire. Now in this case, because the fascinator is not so big, we're going to be making use of the bronze hat wire. That's 1.2 millimeter gauge hat wire. So I'm placing it in to get the exact length that I need. Now in case you don't know anything about hat wire, I have a free class in the Dvent Craft Academy that talks about the different types of hat wire that we have. If you want to attend them, please do check in the description below. You would see the Dvent Craft Academy. Get in there and make a request for the free hat wire class. And that's my famous hat wire cutter that I love to use. It cuts the wire very easily. I have some for sale. You can make your request also. So once you've placed it in, you ensure that it fits in properly and goes to the edge. The reason you're putting hat wire is so that your fascinator does not get deformed. It will hold it in place like so. So now that I've gotten it out, the next thing I'm going to do is to take my thread, or if you have masking tape, you can use it at this point, and you're gonna wrap it to hold your hat wire together. So keep watching and learning. Now the next thing you want to do is to wrap your hat wire with bias. Now while we're doing that, because your paper mat material that you use to mold the fascinator base is a bit see-through, and you don't want it for the hat wire to be seen, and the size that sometimes this hat wire, they are not rust free, and so they get to rust, and you don't want someone wearing a fascinator that the rim is rusted, do you? So the best is to wrap your hat wire with trimmings or bias, but since it's inside, bias or any cloth will do, and it's best you use the same color, so it's not, you won't even notice that there's anything inside. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm using the straight method, not the loop. So I'm going to be doing this all the way round. Keep watching and learning. Once you're done, you can now place your hat wire inside your fascinator base like so. You just press it in and push it till they all get in. Okay, once that's done, you fold every part like so. You keep pressing it so that the flap is easily bend to cover, because the next thing you want to do is take your uhu gum and you're going to put it on the flaps so that you would close it. Now, to aid you when you're doing this, we're going to be making use of pegs, because you will need to close it and hold it for a while and leave it like that so that it sticks together and doesn't come out. So keep watching and learning. Now, because of the depth of the fascinator, if you put your Alice band, it doesn't quite stay down in. So you're going to help it by lifting it up by using this piece. You see the measurement that I'm showing you. Okay, so these are the length and breadth that I cut the material into, and I'm going to be folding it like so. This I'm using to make like a wedge, if you would call it, so that you have something you're going to place your Alice band on so that it sits properly inside the head. So I'll allow you to keep watching how I do that to make the wedge for the fascinator base. Keep watching and learning. Now I would be dropping the links of all the items that we used in making this Mako Fascinator in the description of this video. So if you can't get it in your local store, you would have Amazon links, AliExpress links. Also, YouTube has given us a choice to be tagging the items on the video. I would also search for that and see how I can tag to make it easy for you to get all the products if you cannot find it in your local store. Once that's done, the next thing you want to do is to take your uhu gum, and I'm gonna spread it on the back side like so. Remember, I love to do just sewing, but this glue would help you to keep in place first of all before you sew. Ensure it dries a bit, that you don't place it immediately at the back of the fascinator so that it doesn't stain your fascinator base. So I'm using that time to just while away time. Ha ha ha. Okay, anyway, not exactly while away time. Now I'm measuring the fascinator base like so. Just watch how I'm measuring it, and that's so that I'll be able to know the measurements I'm going to be cutting the spider net. Yeah, that's what it's called, the spider net, because I need to cut the spider net that I'm going to be using to place on top of the fascinator base. So that's what I'm doing now, while giving the wedge some time to dry. So I'm sure you saw the measurement. Now let's cut our spider net. Keep watching and learning. Okay, so that's ready. So let's get the fascinator base back with that we want to glue, and we'll place it in position where we want it to be. If you're not so sure, you can check on your mannequin head, but I put it directly in the middle like so. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you need to find out where you're placing it on your fascinator base, and the best is actually to get your mannequin head to try it out to be sure you're placing it in the right position, that there is no error. That's what I'm doing right there. Okay, once you've gotten the right position, the next thing you need to do is to sew. I made use of my chalk to get the exact position that I want it to be, and I'm going to be sewing it to the fascinator base, noting the position where I put the chalk markings on it. Now take note that, remember, I put glue. Now this sewing is going to help me also to ensure that the wedge stays firmly on the fascinator base. Now remember, when sewing the top part, I'm going to be passing the needle very close to the thread that just came out. Then I'll give a gap at the back like so. Keep watching and learning. Then we're going to be measuring another material again like so. Take note of the measurements. That's the width, small length. Alright then, so we're going to be using this to cover the part that we have sewn so that it looks very lovely underneath. So I'm just checking it to see what next to do, how I'm folding it, the length to fold and all that. And I put my glue to fold the edges, and once I'm done, I'm going to place it on that position you saw me just take it off. So keep watching and learning. Okay, the next step is to take our spider net, and we're going to be putting it to cover the fascinator base. Now the way you do it is you place it underneath and you follow as if you're covering your, it's the same way actually, you mold. And remember how we do our north, south, east and west. That's what you're going to be doing to ensure that it covers up smoothly. So before you do that, you're going to take your uhu gum and you're going to put it all the way around the edges, just below the flap of the material of that princess mat that has covered the hat wire. You're going to put it just below it and a bit on top. So I'm going to take this glue all the way around. Keep watching and learning. Next thing we'll be doing is our famous north, south, east and west. Remember, this makes sure that our covering is very smooth. After you have done your north, south, east and west, you're going to be taking in between those pegs that you have done and you're going to be dragging it and pressing it down and using pegs to hold it down so that it covers smoothly. Keep watching and learning. Next step is to take your bias. Now they should be matching color to the fascinator base or the spider net, but I made mine to be matching with the fascinator base. I think it gave it a lovely contrast. So you're going to be using your uhu gum and you're going to be placing it just from the part where the princess mat is a little below it. So that's what I'm going to be doing all the way around. Don't cut off your spider net yet, don't trim it, because you know the spider net has holes and all that. So you will do this first to help it stay firmly and not go out. So keep watching and learning. Next step is to take your razor blade and you're going to be trimming just below the bias. So I'm going to be doing this all the way around. Now it's time to take your crinoline. Now this is the thick crinoline. If I remember right, all the materials used, I actually mentioned them in the where we were in the video where we did the molding of the fascinator base. So this is the way you're going to be folding your crinoline to form the loops like I did. Okay, like you saw in the YouTube thumbnail. Now take note, this is the thick crinoline. It's the stiff one. It's called the stiff crinoline, not the soft one. Okay, and if possible, please do iron yours before you make use of it. There was no light and I don't use iron with my generator, so I had to just use my hand to kind of like put it back to position in a way so it doesn't change the look of the loops. But if you have light, please do iron first of all. It will help to bring it out properly, and you don't have to start using your hand to start manipulating it to make it straight. So I will allow you to see how I make that. Keep watching and learning. Then you take your flower, and this is how you're going to be sewing it. Remember, when passing it from the top part, you open up the petals so you hide the sewing underneath, and then you take it down, and from down, because you don't want the thread to show underneath. You take it very close to the thread. So we're going to be doing it all the way around the flower so it sticks perfectly. And the way you're going to do it is you're going to do it so that it would hold down in the middle there of the fascinator base. Also, there's something you're going to be doing, you would see that very soon, and that's you're going to be taking the flower petals and sewing them down yourself so that it's flat and not standing. Now, I advise you make use of fishing line here so that your sewing is hidden. I'll keep quiet so that you watch how that is done. Can you see now how I'm sewing the petals down to make them flat? So that's what I'm doing over here with my fishing line. And that's how I make this lovely, gorgeous, different shades of blue Fascinator. If you enjoyed this video, please do give me your thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please, my dearest, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button and the bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. And then check out this next video.